Hi, this is Rob Hanley with the Durham Duplicate Bridge Club on Tuesday, February the 28th for the 399er game. We have two hands for you today. The first one is number 16. Two passes to me, 6-4 in the majors. This is a pretty straightforward one spade opening. 2-no trump on my left. So this is the unusual 2-no trump convention. It shows at least 5-5 in the minors. The robots play that this shows an opening bid. As you can see, 12 plus total points. That's a bit unusual these days. Most people play a mini-maxi variant where it's less than an opening bid or more than an opening bid, which is sort of like 16 plus. But we'll go with what the robots are playing because that's what they're playing. Partner has doubled 2-no trump. So that actually says that my partner is interested in penalty of at least one of their suits. It's a good way to get them when they've made and score a big plus if they've made an unusual no trump overcall. And with the robot on my right bidding 3 diamonds, I have to decide: do I want to pass and leave it to my partner, or do I want to double? I don't really have a penalty double of 3 diamonds. I have 3 tricks in my hand with big distribution for the majors, but suppose I'd had 4 diamonds, I would be happy to double 3 diamonds. Another consideration is the vulnerability. We are vulnerable, they are non-vulnerable, which means that we would get more points if we make 4 of a major than if we beat them 1, 3, 5. We'd have to beat them 4 tricks for that to be worth more than us making a vulnerable game contract. So given the distribution of my hand and especially in the majors, I'm actually going to bid 3 hearts. I am not going to pass and leave it to my partner to do something, and I'm not going to double for penalty. My partner has raised a game. All right, so an interesting 9 count. I have to say, I think the reason that my partner is raising the game is based on the position of their club cards. Sitting after the robot, those clubs, it looks like I'm going to score the ace and the queen at least. So the lead is the king of diamonds, and obviously that's from king queen or king queen jack. It looks like I have 1 heart loser, at least 1 spade loser, depending on how things break and whether I try to establish the spade suit, and a diamond loser, and I don't have any club losers. 4 on the surface seems like a fairly safe contract, but let's start seeing how things go. So they've led the potential one of the suits that I have an absolute loser in, so I'm going to get rid of it. In this case, I'm going to play a club towards the ace queen, and I'm going to insert the queen, and now I can cash the ace of clubs, looking to discard that losing diamond. Now, I felt fairly safe in making that finesse because the robots play that their 2-no trump bid shows an opening bid. So South has shown up with the king and queen of diamonds. So they kind of have to have something in clubs, and it's got to be the king. So I'm going to cash the ace and hope that the north robot on my right is not out of clubs. If it is, there's not much I can do about that. All right. So the good news is I was able to discard that loser right away. Now I have to decide how to proceed. So with the south robot on my left being 5-5 in the minors, let's do some math. Let's look at the club suit first. There were 5 in the dummy and I had 1, and there were 5 on my left. So that means the robot on my right has 2. The diamonds, there are 5 on my left, 2 in my hand and 2 in the dummy. That means the robot on my right has 4 diamonds. So the robot on my right has 4 diamonds and 2 clubs, which means they have 7 cards in hearts and spades. It also means that the robot on my left only has 3 cards in the major suits. So it's possible the robot on my left is got all 3 hearts, but it's improbable. It goes against the math. So what I'm going to do is start by playing a spade. And I'm not going to take any fancy finesses. Oh, there you go. I'm going to rise with the ace. If the robot on my right had put a small one in, I might have stuck in the jack, but I don't really think that would have worked anyway because the robot on my left is so short. So they're obviously splitting their honors. They have the king and the queen. I'm going to take the ace. And now I need to figure out how I'm going to make 4 hearts, to be quite honest. So the easiest point at this point would be if I can cross ruff the hand. So I have 8 trump in the 2 hands. I already have 4 tricks. If I could manage to score all 8, I would actually get 12 tricks. So I'm going to start by just letting them have a spade. Okay, the robot on my left has ruffed. So the robot on my right started with 4 spades, 4 diamonds, 2 clubs, and hence 3 diamonds. So here comes another diamond. That's okay with me. I got rid of my loser. I'm going to ruff that. And now I'm going to ruff a spade. Now you'll remember that the clubs are on my left, which means the robot on my right is short in clubs. So I can safely lead a club, and it doesn't matter what they discard. I can ruff it knowing the clubs were on my left. And if they did ruff on my right, I could over ruff them. So back comes a spade. Same situation. All the spades are on my right, which means even if he ruffs on the left, I can over ruff. And I'm just going to keep doing that. He's now ruffing. Now, at this point, I know that the robot on my right is out of spades, so I'm to ruff high with the king. And I'm going to ruff the 10 of clubs coming back. And I'm just going to give them the queen of hearts in the end. All right, so a couple of things now that we can see all 4 hands. So the robot on my left has lied. He does not have a full opening bid. Interesting to note. Once again, they don't have quite what they promised, no surprise. But by using a cross ruff, I was able to take 11 tricks with hearts as trump. All right, let's pause while we change direction for the next hand. All right, we're back, this time with hand number 2. Partner's open to heart. I have 11 high card or 13 high card points, 5 spades. I don't like hearts. I'm going to bid a spade. 2 hearts from partner. They have 6 hearts. So I could go charging off to 3 no trump, but I would prefer to play in spades if partner has 3 spades. So how do I find if partner has 3 spades? I'm going to bid a suit at the 3 level, in this case clubs. It's a natural suit. I have it. So this gives my partner an opportunity to make what's called a delayed raise in spades on their way to game. My 3 club bid was forcing to game. So let's see what we get. There you go. Partner has bid 3 spades. They have 3 spades to go with me. Now, if partner had diamonds well stopped and they didn't have 3 spades, they would bid 3 no trump. But even if they had diamonds stopped, but they had 3 spades, they should still bid 3 spades along the way, because I will usually have 5 spades for this auction. So I'm going to raise the game and see how that plays out. All right, 13. Opposite my 13. Looks like game should be a good bet. Now, they've led a diamond, and this kind of situation comes up a lot. You have Jack Doubleton on one side and Queen Third in the other. The right play on this is to play a small diamond, never rise with the Jack unless you know the East robot on my left has the Ace and the King. And if they did, why would they underlead it? So we're just going to play a small one. That forces the robot on my right to rise with an honor. And when they play it back, I just duck. Now my Queen of Diamonds is a winner. I don't really need it, to be honest, because the rest of the tricks are looking awfully like they're mine. I'm going to start by taking the Ace of Clubs. At least I don't have to ruff a diamond. Now, I'm a big advocate of high card from the short side. However, when you have 2 honors on one side, and like at the King Queen here, I should play a small one to the King first, and then another one back to the Ace. This will let me know if there's the possibility of a finesse, like if I need one, and the West robot had the spade honors. In this case, the spade split, so there really wasn't anything to worry about, but it's still good form to play them from the double honor side, then cross over and then come back. That way you can pick them up if they break badly. All right, the rest of the tricks are mine here. The Queen of Diamonds is good. All the clubs are good. And the trumper out. So I'm just going to claim those last tricks here. All right, so I made an over trick. Otherwise, it's a fairly straightforward hand with a delayed raise. All right, we will see you next time. Thanks.